I'm here. What do you think of your fun little sub, Kevin? Amazing, I'm sure. I need to get music up. Hold up. I wasn't prepared. I don't know if I want this one. I don't want it to be very loud because I want to talk over it. This one was kind of suspenseful. A lot of noise to it. Guess technically, Kev, you're my first subscriber, even though I paid for it, but whatever. You know, you get what you give, which isn't much. But, I guess now I'm an affiliate now. No, King hasn't subbed yet. I told him to, but he hasn't done it yet. Don't ask me why he hasn't. I've been waiting for him to. I'm gonna message him right now, actually. Hold on. There we go. I told him to sub. Yeah, I hit affiliate, like, last week, and I just finally got accepted into it, like, on Wednesday, but I was sick, so I didn't stream, because I wasn't feeling good. So now I'm affiliate, which means now you can sub, which means I also have to play ads, like, well, before it was kind of unwillingly, but now I'm forced to play ads, or you get pre-rolls, which pre-rolls should be off now. So yeah, pre-rolls are off for another 30 minutes. But then that means every 30 minutes I have to play like a minute and a half of ads. So, you know, up and down. I can snooze it, but then pre-rolls turn on. So it's annoying, but you know, whatever. You do what you gotta do sometimes. I don't know. I was gonna rant about the only recent gossip I know about is the Linus media group thing, where where Linus apparently offended a bunch of people by saying he didn't want to spend $500, but yeah, whatever. Linus Stinky. Stealing IP. The whole thing is, I don't actually know if that was, like, it definitely wasn't his intention to steal the IP. I do understand where people are coming from, but I don't like... Honestly, it just feels like it was a big oopsie-whoopsies. A mismanagement for sure. Yeah, they're growing way too fast for what they are. They're a YouTube company. I think a lot of people forget that they are YouTube. They're not like a big mega corporation. Well, they're YouTube trying to be big corp, but that's never what it was gonna be. Kind of dumb, but you know, whatever. I don't know. I think the biggest problem is, yeah, they're just growing too fast. They weren't ready for all of it, and then Linus was trying to do it all himself. Thank God he finally got a CEO to actually help him, you know, do the management side of stuff. Because holy crap. I mean, if you've ever watched a Linus video that was like not just scripted out the ass, you would know that Linus is pretty everywhere and all the time. So I would never expect him to be able to completely 100% organize a corporation perfectly, or even well at that. Well, he's doing better than I thought he would. I'm really impressed in what he's done. The man has managed to go out there and do what I would consider the impossible, so, you know. I mean, how long has LTT been around? I mean, it's been probably over 10 years now, but... But, I mean, what do you expect? What do you expect from him? I mean, did everyone just expect him to be perfect? It's insane. They are crazy, I think. There's no way. There's no way he could have done all that and not messed up. at least once, or twice, or several times. I don't know, I just find it crazy that people are so mad over it. Like, they didn't ever expect something like this to happen. Like, oh man, whoopsies, mismanagement in my giant creator warehouse. Because you know how all those creator warehouses work out. They always work out perfect. There's never a problem with them. I could complain all day. I could complain all day, honestly. But I'm not gonna. But yeah. Oh yeah, there's also that lady that has been saying that she was bullied and overworked and stuff, and I don't know, some of that, I looked into that. I looked into that a little bit harder, and quite honestly, some of it's a little bit, I don't know, it's a bit suspicious. I know she tried really hard, and I'm not gonna say that, she's the one at fault, because that would be rude. But, it is a bit suspicious. It's a bit suspicious. Definitely something odd in that situation. I mean, it's also strange that it happened here and now at the Let's Cancel Linus party, but I guess that maybe that's what's giving me so much skepticism. Thanks, King, for subscribing for 6 months. You subscribed for 6 months. I hope you misclicked, but that's okay. I'll take it. You still there, Kevin? Did you see that? I made him subscribe. For 6 months? I'm doing the math in my head. Give me a second. $30? Welcome to be subscribed. You're the first. Look at that. You get a special badge and everything. Congratulations. Kevin's also a subscriber, but I paid for his. So technically, you just paid for Kevin's subscription doing that. Thanks for the sub, though. I appreciate it. I was talking about Linus and how he's getting canceled again. We were talking about how I'm not really surprised. I don't know why anybody is surprised. Love you too, King. You're doing great. Keep it up. So technically what happened, how it all started, alright, is, he, accidentally sold, someone's, like, official IP that he wasn't supposed to. He auctioned it. He wasn't supposed to do it, and they told him not to do it, and he did it anyways. Their intellectual property, it was, like, their first small company, like, big, engineering sample, you know. And then he also bashed it in one of his videos saying it was crap, but he didn't test it properly, and it ended up starting a little bit of a flame out over that. And then, yeah, he sold it, and then they got mad at him for selling their original IP. And then, he ended up getting it back and all this crap, and it started this drama where Gamers Nexus made a video about how kind of bad Linus is at making actually correct content and stuff like that. Yeah, he sold a prototype that he wasn't supposed to sell. They specifically told him not to do that. And then it ended up going into a charity auction and sold. The way Linus makes it sound, and I'm kind of basing it off just a hearsay thing because I don't actually know how it works at LMG, but it sounds like it was a big mismanagement situation that ended up going way too far. They ended up contacting the company and being like, I'm sorry, we did this. They ended up trying to get it back. They offered to pay the money for the cost of the prototype sample. I think even in some of the emails, the company just said, it's fine, you can keep it at this point, but we'd like to get reimbursed, you know? But they didn't, they were still mad that they sold it, you know? Crap like that. And then, of course, amidst all this, apparently one of the old coworkers came out and said that like she was overworked and bullied and stuff like that at the LMG place. So, you know, it's kind of compounded by being even worse, because now he's got this whole drama. Honestly, the new owner had nothing to do with it, because he wasn't actually technically in charge when this happened. It ended up being, God, what is it, Colton? Is it Colton? Is that his name? It ended up being technically his fault, but also Colton was basically doing 95% of the management at the time. So there's like a whole, nobody really quite knows who's to blame, because it kind of ended up being like there was so much going on, kind of junk. It's one of those things where you don't really know who to blame, and it just ends up all being on Linus, because technically Linus is still technically the CEO, given that the new guy is still kind of, well, he's kind of stepping in now, but at the time he was just kind of a fly on the wall, trying to learn things, trying to see how it was all ran. And in like the big Linus apology video, he's like, yeah, now I see how bad it was, I'm gonna fix that. So we'll see how it works out. Maybe the new guy's gonna be great, but I mean, we gotta get there first. But yeah, during all this, yeah, somebody came out and saying they were being like bullied and stuff. So of course it's turned from just being like, oh, LMG needs to fix their shit, to now LMG is actually a problem, and somebody needs to get fired or exposed over it all. So it's kind of getting to that point where now it's getting a little bit serious. They've even started like an internal investigation and stuff to find out who did it, if it's true. You know, we won't know, and maybe they'll. Oh, we're still talking about Linus. I was just kind of explaining it to Kev, or King. King subbed, by the way, for 6 months. Yeah, I canceled Linus. But yeah, basically, now that that whole thing with that, what's her name, the lady, now that she came out, I read her entire like Twitter thing. It's X now, whatever. Now that I read her whole thing, she actually just kind of sounds like she was someone who never actually worked a real job, and we're gonna find out if any of this is actually true. But this is my personal opinion. Yeah, when that kid killed himself, that was really sad. I read that up too. That one, I don't even know if that's actually technically Linus's fault, but more of the community's fault on that one. Yeah, so like, what was it? Some kid was like a wannabe YouTuber. He went and he was kind of feeling depressed and sad or something like that. So his mom brought him to like an LMG auction, and I guess what happened is like they got something, and then Linus wanted it back, and so then they wouldn't give it back. They were gonna keep it. So Linus said that was the problem, is they wouldn't give it back. And then I guess the community went and berated this kid and his mom, and the kid got like even more depressed. Yeah, the kid got even more depressed and ended up killing himself over it, because there was a bunch of the community were berating him and stuff. And yeah, and the mom like just strictly blames Linus for being, which, don't get me wrong, Linus should have said, hey, don't do that. Did the mom eventually kill herself? Was it the dad that posted it? I haven't read into it. Yeah, it was a pretty bad situation. God, it's a bad situation. The biggest thing is you can't really directly blame Linus. You can blame that he didn't try to stop any of it, but and you can definitely blame that he should have maybe not just made that a public thing. But yeah, for sure, bad situation, and there should have been more done about it. There should have been something done about that. Obviously, quite bad. Which, of course, this all compounds to, yeah, coming up to that Yeah, it is 100%. He definitely should have said, he should have said something to avoid all of that. Yeah, I'm sure even saying, hey guys, don't go out and do that would have 100% made him a lot less liable for anything that would have happened. If you want liability to be deferred. The community shouldn't have never done that in the first place. Communities that do that are terrible. Who? But yeah. Oh yeah, bad situations all around. But yeah. So yeah, and then yeah, it all comes to a head now where Gamers Nexus made that video. No, I have no idea what that's about. You guys are all on a thing I don't even know. I only know about like the recent drama and some of the few older ones. But oh yeah, no, the Linus thing. Don't get me wrong. I can't 100% blame Linus for everything because they expected way too much from him. Except for, like, you know, he could have definitely been a guy that said, don't do that. Just don't do that, guys. Stop. Do not bully people on the internet. In my name, please. Which... Oh, it's a terrible content. Okay, because I'm now a content creator, I can officially say this: content creators are fucking idiots. We're stupid. All right, we're dumb, and every content creator is probably gonna end up making an apology video. So I'll make mine right now. I'm sorry for the things I'm gonna do in the future. I'm sorry for the people I'm going to offend and probably hurt. And I did it all for the content. Which means I'm sorry, but I'm going to probably do it again. Just cover my bases. I'm probably going to do something horrible sometime in the future. I got a long ways to go. Prematurely say my apology video, guys. Get that out of the way. Yeah, the people, the rich people that you see on the internet, they're not smart. Most rich people aren't. Elon Musk has proven that pretty thoroughly at this point. You can, I think you guys can clip that if you want. Go ahead, save it for the future. But yeah. Yeah. Especially, yeah, when you start seeing people like Linus getting canceled over this stuff, you know it's inevitable. It's gonna happen to everyone. I guess I could clip it, but then it feels pretentious. I'm clipping. Oh my god, I gotta listen to my own voice. Well, you guys want to hear me talk to myself in a video? Here, let me... just so I don't get double audio. Alright. But yeah. Yeah. Where is it? You guys get to hear me, so I'm gonna be talking doubly. Oof, Twitch scrubbing is horrible. Rich people aren't. Elon Musk has proven that. You see on in the future. I got. Okay, I'm close. But I'm gonna probably do it again. Probably the things I'm gonna do in the future. I'm probably gonna do it again. All right, we're dumb. We're stupid. Because I'm now a content creator, I can officially say this: content creators are fucking idiots. We're stupid. All right, we're dumb. And every content creator is probably going to end up making an apology video. So I'll make mine right now. I'm sorry for the things I'm going to do in the future. Okay, I want to make it around that point. because I don't want to do the whole, like, well, you can clip it separately if you want. I'm gonna end up making an apology video. Some content creator is probably gonna end up, every content creator is probably gonna end up making an apology video.
Oh yeah, clip.
So I'll make mine right now. I'm sorry for the things I'm gonna do in the future. I'm sorry for the people I'm going to offend and probably hurt. And I did it all for the content, which means I'm sorry, but I'm gonna probably do it again. Just cover my bases. I'm probably gonna do something horrible sometime in the future. I got a long ways to go. Prematurely say my apology video. Every content creator is probably gonna end up making an
something went wrong.
So I'll make mine right now.
I'm
sorry for the things I'm gonna do in the future. I'm sorry for the people I'm going to offend.
I really wish.
Probably hurt.
Okay, pause that. I'm talking over myself. You can talk about double audio. But there you go. I tried to clip it. It won't let me now. Future apology video. Oops, something went wrong. 1221. Okay. I can't do it. It won't let me clip. That's a shame. Guess someone else is gonna have to clip it. Or it won't get clipped. So am I gonna... Oh, God, I got... Forget I made that promise. I guess I can. It won't be very long. And I'll probably stream it for content. It all depends on what time, okay? Because I am a busy boy. I do have to do stuff at some point today. I was supposed to stream earlier, actually, by the way. I was going to stream earlier, and I ended up waiting till now. I also upped the bitrate on my channel. So now I have super bitrate. Couple hours. Okay, 5-ish what time zone? Because that matters. My time? Let's try going for like more like 7. What do you think of that? Because I want to eat food. Okay. Message me in Discord so I don't forget it, because I'm going to forget. Oh yeah, I got music. I don't have no music playing. What food? I don't know yet. We'll figure that one out when we get there. There's probably almost no way this music is copyright free. It might be. Muted VOD. Yeah, I don't know what food yet. I haven't gotten there yet. What's there to rant about? What's the recent internet drama, man? I mean, I could talk about politics, but that stuff's kind of lame. I don't even know that much politics right now. I'm out of the loop. I'm out of the loop. I just know, like, the recent stuff. Yeah, I don't know. The only thing I really know about recently is the whole Linus thing. Which is already old news. Aliens, I think it's just a government cover-up, if you really want my opinion. It's way too conveniently timed. Why release it now? Honestly made me believe in aliens even less when they came out with that, if you really want my whole opinion. Honestly, it just seems fake to me. I just don't... I believed in aliens more before the whole alien situation. You know what I mean? Of all things. Why now? what are they trying to divert from? That's what I want to know. It just doesn't feel right. You know? Why would they do it now? Do I believe aliens exist in general? A little bit. I do believe there's got to be a chance aliens are out there. What are the universe is so fucking huge. You know what I mean? And there's more than just our universe. There has to be life somewhere else, and they have to be somewhat smart. You know? Yeah, we're diverting from the reptiles, the reptile government. I'd believe it, to be honest. Based. No, I believe aliens, they almost have to exist. It's just the law of probability kind of thing. They have to be out there. They have to exist. You know, it's just like saying, oh man, there's definitely at least a 1-inch rock on Earth. You know, yeah, it exists. Of course, there's a shit ton of 1-inch rocks. There's a ton of rocks. A nearly infinite amount of rocks. I can make a rock. You know what I mean? Technically, if you really want to get technical, we're all aliens to someone else. So, think about it like that. Everyone's an alien to another species. So there you go. We are the aliens. We might become the aliens. My biggest thing is, if aliens exist, alright, and they have technology to surpass the speed of light, and can fly around the universe and go anywhere, why here? You know what I mean? Why here? We're not special. There's no way we're special. We're technically lower down on the chain. There's probably other places that are better than this, alright? And let's be real. There's at least one alien species out there that is predatorial, alright? And, well, if they find us, they might just kill us. You know what I mean? Oh man, you know, they're super smart aliens. They're, you know, they can fly around space. They can go anywhere, anytime, you know, because obviously at this point they've either been in space for like bazillions of years, because even if you're traveling at the speed of light, it takes years and years and years to get anywhere that would, you know, everything that has life isn't in our current view. So that means it's like billions of years away. You know what I mean? And now, like, there's gonna be ads in 1 minute, by the way. This is a Twitch thing, they make me do it. But like, why? But like, why would they come here though? You know, that's my big thing. What's they're gonna travel either they're traveling millions and millions of years just to end up here, and which means they've been in space they've already had like long distance space travel for millions of years before us. All right, so which means they would have been coming here before we existed, or they can travel faster than time. You know what I mean? They can travel. They can do wormhole travel or whatever. And at that point, again, why would they come here? They can go anywhere in the universe. They can go anywhere out of our galaxy. They can go anywhere. You know, why here? There's got to be something more interesting out there. There's probably maybe like, you know, at what point do you just say this is enough? You know, we control the entire universe, but we're just gonna sit in the background and do nothing? Nah, I don't believe that one bit. I feel like if wormhole travel was made, we would be controlled by another alien species, you know, because they can do that. I just don't know. You don't get ads, by the way, but the new people do. New people are getting ads for 1 minute and 30 seconds. I feel bad for them. Fortunately, you're a subscriber. You don't get that. But yeah, no, I just really... Yeah, just sub. Easy peasy. Ads. Hashtag ads. Lol. But no, yeah. If that's my honest opinion. I don't think wormhole travel exists, because if it did, dude, there would be at least one alien species trying to control us right now. For sure. You know what I mean? And then, like, I mean, after one species figures it out, you know there has to be more than one that we could probably figure it out just from being conquered by these guys or like being visited by these guys, because they're gonna mess up at some point. They gotta be huge. Nobody's perfect. Even super advanced alien species aren't perfect. And then I'm also kind of on like the, maybe there's just a point where you can't exist anymore, because we're already kind of going towards like the AI, we're leaning towards being an AI oriented society, and we're probably gonna be up. There's gonna be a point where we upload our brains to the internet or something like that. So we're all gonna become the hive mind is what I feel like. That's what we're leaning towards. And at what point do we either destroy each other over not becoming the hive mind, or when do we just like accept it and then become one? And then what? We learn everything we want to learn and then just never feel again? Yeah, it becomes one thing. I don't know. Maybe that's how all species work. They just get to a point where they either kill each other or they become one, or, There's a whole bunch of theories out there, but that's one of my big ones. I've never really delved too hard into it, because Aliens is a wormhole that, or rabbit hole, I mean, is a rabbit hole that just keeps going and never ends, because the possibilities are endless. The possibilities for aliens never stops. The theories and everything go down into the pits of hell, alright? I like more fundamental theories, like the fact that I think like atoms are actually just miniature universes. So everything is just an infinite universe inside of an infinite universe. I like that idea. I love that idea. I like the idea that we're just a giant cluster of molecules, and we're making up like a water molecule or something stupid, in a grander scheme of things. The infinite universe theory. Everything is just a universe inside of a universe inside of a universe. I've always been a fan of stuff like that. And then I'm also kind of a fan of like infinite parallels. So like every decision, the Back to the Future theory, where every decision makes another timeline. You know what I mean? So every little thing, every little movement, everything you do, everything, even the thought of thinking of it, creates another universe. And I love that idea, that every decision ever made in every timeline, everywhere, everything branches off into this infinitesimal, crazy amount of universes side by side, created at slightly different times, which brings up that there's an infinite amount of timelines, an infinite amount of universes, alright? And if someone could travel through those, I've always had this little stupid theory, I don't even know if it's a real theory or not, but it's just something in my head, that if you could like every time a new universe or a new timeline is created, it's got a teeny tiny little bit of delay. And I always liked the idea that you could if you could shift parallel universes, you could slowly change time. And I've always liked the idea of like maybe that's how time travel can be done, is if you could shift your realities. Yeah, we are a drop of water. We are a water cell in an infinite universe. We're like a drop in the pond in someone else's like lake, I've always loved that idea too. I love little stupid ideas like that. I don't even know if they're true. They could be true, because some of it kind of makes sense. If you look at what like an actual water molecule looks like down in the base fundamentals, and then what? You get down in there, you start getting quarks. I mean, I don't know if they've ever actually seen what a quark looks like, but it's depicted as like a goddamn Saturn star or something like that, Red giants and blue stars and red stars and stuff like that. That's like how they depict it. Like I said, I don't know if any of that's actually how, but it gives me the infinite universe vibes, the way they depict it. So that's what I like to think. Quarks and stuff like that. I don't even know how big a quark is. A quark is like what makes an atom, I think. No, it's what makes
like electrons and stuff like that. Like, you're getting down there. So, like, yeah, quarks are smaller than that. I've always loved that. I love this. Stuff drives me nuts, man. I've always been a huge fan of that. Science theories. Because they're so... Again, it's another thing that can just go forever. But there's a little bit of truth to it, you know? Kind of like aliens. I mean, Christ, they have to exist. Given that the universe is further than we can physically even see. You know. The worst part about the universe is, according to what we know, it's forever expanding. So, like, eventually we will just stop seeing stars because they'll be too far away and the light will be too dispersed. You know? I've always found that crazy too. The universe is always expanding, which kind of comes down to that whole, like, maybe we're like some kind of gas. We're some kind of gas molecule. Maybe we're like someone's fucking toxic fart. And we're expanding into the oxygen or something like that. Or maybe we're like... Bees can't fly? Well, you know, theoretically. Given the mass of their bodies and the size of their wings, bees technically shouldn't be able to fly. But if you actually look it up, you'll figure out that they actually can fly because they can flap their wings so goddamn fast and shit like that. Kind of like you could put a smaller blade on a helicopter if you just spun the blade faster. But there becomes you know, you need too much engine speed and power to make it worth it, kind of thing. If it was, you know, if you overbuilt it, you made like an electric motor that could spin at like 50 million RPMs or some dumb shit, and then you put tiny little wings on a helicopter, it will fly. Or a propeller on a helicopter, it will fly. You know. You just gotta spin it faster. And then also there's like so much air resistance and stuff like that. It ends up getting to a point where it just don't work no more. But there's that. There's always that. It's just like a hummingbird. You know, they rip their little wings at Mach 10. You know, what would you think what would it sound like if a bird flapped its wings so hard it broke the sound barrier? You just think it'd be like a miniature explosion ripping around at all times? Like you put out your bird feeder, you guys hear like this right up to your bird feeder, and it's just a bird out there eating away at some birdseed or something. And there's like a fucking burning hole through a log or something. Always been a fan of that too. Oh, stupid little theories. No, the universe theories are one of my favorites. I'm a huge fan of the universe. Kind of like Markiplier. Is it Markiplier that's the universe guy? I've always been kind of a fan of the universe because it's so... There's so much that could happen. It's so much unknown, you know. We can see, but we don't actually know. Unlike, you know, other theories like, you know, I don't know, ocean theories, like where there's mastodons down there. We can't see that, nor can we even think about going down there because that shit's ridiculous. But yeah, I don't know. Universe is so cool because there's just so much out there. There's so much that could happen. And like I said, there's so much unknown. There's so much unknown about the universe. But we can visualize, we can theorize because we can see it, you know? We can look up to the skies. That's the universe right there, man. It's not the entire universe, but that's the you know, the visual universe. Universe theories. Okay, I need something else to rant about. Let's rant about something. Give me rant ideas right now. What's the latest internet drama? I mean, I could go all the way back to like the Reddit drama, but that's way too long ago, man. I'm late for that drama. I want drama. I need something to rant about. That's not internet theories. That's not space theories. Trump mugshot. Do you really want me to talk the whole like Reddit API drama? Trump mugshot? Did he actually get arrested yet? I don't really want to get too political because
politics kind of sucks. But if you really want my humble opinion, I think Trump should be arrested. But honestly, if you really want my whole opinion, I think Biden should be arrested too. I think all politicians are stupid. They're all liars, obviously. None of them are going to tell you the truth. All right, they're all to get your money at the end of the day. They're not there for you. They're there for themselves. Why does every politician have to be a millionaire? Why does every politician have to be 90 years old? All right, old rich dudes are always our politicians. Always. Or late. There's some ladies in there too. But, you know, I don't. If you want my politics, I hate politics. I hate politicians. Based. But yeah, they're all in there for themselves. They're not there for you. They never are. And if you think they're there for you, you're wrong. It's just a fact of life. Robot Biden? I'd believe it. I 100% believe that. I mean, Christ, why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't you do it? It'd be brilliant. But then who really controls the government? The Illuminati? It might be. It all comes down to that. Who's the actual elites, you know? Who actually controls the government? Because we all know it's not the government that controls itself. I mean, if you've ever actually sat and watched politics, you would see people like, they'd give their opinion, and then they'd go to vote and have a totally different opinion. Because you know they're being bought out. Or they're being controlled by someone. You know? But who? A lot of people like to think it's the rich elites, you know, that are doing it. All the rich people in the world are the ones that actually control the government. I kind of believe that a little bit. But at what point does that almost seem a little bit ridiculous? Because almost every rich person I've ever seen is stupid. You know? I always go back to Elon Musk because he's the biggest rich guy right now, you know? And he's making the stupidest decisions of his life, you know? All at once. It just proves that these rich people aren't smart enough to know how to control the government. You know what I mean? So even if you're like saying like, oh man, yeah, the government is controlled by the rich people, of course. I don't truly believe that because these rich people are dumb. They're dumb and they're just lucky. That's all it is. And I don't believe politicians are actually doing all this garbage because they're dumb too. They flip like a goddamn coin, man. You never know what they're gonna actually do. Christ. The Republican Party used to be exactly like the Democratic Party, and then it switches back and forth every 12 years. If you ever actually looked at political history, man, the parties are always different. The parties always just do whatever's like most popular or what they think is most popular, and then they have to live with that decision for like so many years, and then they can slowly start flipping over to the other side. And then the other party is kind of like forced to try to take the higher ground and choose the other one because they can't agree. Political parties can't agree. All right. Politics. I hate politics, man. Do watch this. Ugh. Liberal Canadians dodge questions. Man, do I have to watch politics? I don't want to become a political channel. I'm not Hassan. Is it Hassan? Hold on. I gotta switch stuff over now. I wasn't prepared for this. I gotta go to main. But first, before I go to main, I want to do that. I want to do, hold on. You gotta bear with me here for a bit.
My question is for the
Okay, you didn't have to start playing it immediately, buddy. That's the wrong one. Alright, let's just transition real quick. Boop. Now I'm in the corner. You can spin the wheel now. No? No to what? I wasn't really listening. Or paying attention. I was talking to myself while I was trying to do stuff. So I have no idea what you just said no to.
Mr. Middle Class Prosperity, who is a member of Parliament here in Ottawa.
Yes, there's a wheel now. I gotta open up OBS just so I can see what's going on. Which means I have to not watch this.
What is the average cost for a home in the city of Ottawa?
The Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, my title is the Minister of Tourism and Associate Minister of Finance. I'm sure my honourable colleague across the way knows that. But let me say, Mr. Speaker, 156,000 jobs.
The Honourable Member for Carleton.
The Minister of Treasury Board can help by telling us the average cost of a house in the nation's capital.
The Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I want to say 106% of jobs have been recovered since the lowest point of the pandemic.
Member for Carleton.
What is the average increase in house prices since this government took office in 2015?
The Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, Canada's economy contracted by 17% between February and April 2020, the largest and most sudden contraction in real GDP since the Great Depression, and we're already back.
Honourable Member for Carleton.
Just the average house price?
The Honourable Minister.
5.5 million Canadians lost their jobs, and they're all back.
Member for Carleton.
And what would they pay for the average house?
The
In
Minister.
2020, unemployment rated more than doubled from a pre-pandemic level of 5.7% to a record of 13.7%, 6% now.
Member for Carleton.
I think there's a problem with the audio in the chamber. The question was, what is the average cost of a house in Canada today?
The Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, our government has made historic investments in housing affordability, and we will continue to do so.
The Honourable Member for Carleton.
And how affordable are such houses?
The Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, our government has made historic investments in housing. We will continue to do so that housing is affordable for all Canadians.
Honourable Member for Carleton.
If so, how much have house prices increased since this government took office?
The Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, let's talk about how it is possible for people to afford their houses with good employment, and that's why employment income fell by an unprecedented $28 billion during the pandemic.
Honourable Member for Carleton.
One last time, in dollars, how much have house prices risen since this government took office?
The Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, consumer confidence is back. People are back to work. 106% of jobs have been recovered since the lowest point in the pandemic.
The Honourable Member for Carleton.
How much?
Minister.
From a steep decline in profits, we're back 66% since the bottom of the pandemic.
Carleton.
Repeating
much?
statistics.
Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the economy is recovering.
Member for Carleton.
Does the minister have any idea what it costs for the average person to buy a house in Canada? Does he have any idea, or does he even care?
The Minister.
City helped more than 213,000
How long does this go
businesses
on
stay
for?
afloat.
Holy shit.
I think that the average Canadian can see how much this government knows and cares about the cost of buying a home in this country, which is their level of care is zero. I'm going to give him one last chance. Can he tell us what it costs the average Canadian to buy the average house in Canada today? How much?
The Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the CERB helped nearly 9 million Canadians who lost their jobs when COVID hit, making housing affordable for them. We will continue to do so.
You know, this is one of those things where when you sit, when you really sit and think about it, how does anybody support any of these people, honestly? It's insane. Hold on. I'm switching. Boom. How do these people get any kind of support? I mean, they're obviously lying to you. They're obviously lying to you. Or at least they're obviously trying to lie to you. And the same thing goes for American politics, too. If you actually sit down and look at it, you can notice both sides are just saying whatever they want. It doesn't matter what. They're just saying it, They'll avoid the obvious questions. They'll avoid, oh god, that's loud. They'll avoid anything. But I mean, they'll just do it. What's the point? I just don't get how any of these people actually get support. How can you fully support any politician? Because if you ever sit and actually watch that politician, like, for more than a month, you'll realize they're not there for you. They're just not there for you at all. That's every politician. Everyone. I've never seen an exception. At the end of the day, every politician just wants your tax dollars. And they want to increase those tax dollars, and they want to put it in their pocket. All right?
I do think most people forget that these people are just working for money, is all it is. And their main goal is to try to keep their job or to try to get as much money out of it before they're pulled out of that job. You think Jeff Jackson in North Carolina is there for his I can't say that. My brain doesn't function like that. Jeff Jackson. Do you really think he is? Or is that just a meme? Attorney and military officer serving the U.S. represented North Carolina, 14th Congress yesterday. A member of the Democratic Party. He's represented 3rd District. Oh, okay. Yes, you actually believe that? Okay, let me look into him. Excuse me. 1 second. I'm Googling. Right? He does the Tic Tacs. Oh, he does have a TikTok. Look at that. The ethic complaint alleges that Jackson described himself as a member of Congress on his TikTok account while including a link to his campaign website. His TikTok also includes campaign interviews and events. Later posts include photographs and members of the House floor. Oh, come on, man. So he's trying to Okay, so he's a smarter politician. I'll give him that. He's a little bit smarter. He actually knows what the kids are looking at, and he knows how to appeal to them. Okay, I'll give him credit where he's due. He's not a dumb politician entirely. That, or at least his campaign managers. Oh, Christ, dude. You know most politicians feign care at some point. I don't see anything immediately that tells me that he's a bad guy, but of course. Obviously, I don't trust him. I'd never trust him. I actually, if you really want my opinion, I do actually trust politicians more that speak like their actual mind, or at least feels like they're speaking their actual mind. They say what they hate. They say what they, but that's so rare, and a lot of times they'll just say what people want to hear. It's hard to explain because there's no real politicians out there. None of them are real. They're just actors that are trying to get a job or keep one. I mean, honestly, I just don't know how anybody can really trust a politician fully. Because there's so many things about politicians that just grind my gears. I mean, I've never really seen a politician go their whole political career without doing something stupid, without flipping a coin on their beliefs, without getting eventually caught and exposed for the stuff they were actually doing in the background. There's a whole lot of stuff. It's kind of like what's the recent Joe Biden allegations? They found like his pen name or something like that, and now they're finding out that he was actually totally 100% in with like his son or something stupid. Which, lo and behold, boys, he used his presidency for personal gain. Duh. What person with that kind of power wouldn't do that? Of course, he took more care than Trump ever did, and actually used a fake name and attempted to cover his tracks. That's pretty fucking smart. Alright. But, or at least it was smart by the guys who were helping him, I guess that's what I should say. Oh, gee, which one, King? Which one got their OnlyFans leaked? I mean, their OnlyFriends. I don't know if I can actually say that website name on this. I'm gonna say OnlyFans. Screw it.
I don't know what I don't know what I can actually say on Twitch. I know there's some things you're not allowed to say. OnlyFans. I'm gonna say it. Maybe I'll get my affiliate taken away pretty quick. Man, okay. Do you know how many women have an OnlyFans? And do you know how many of them get leaked? You do know there's like dedicated websites for leaking OnlyFans content, right? There's more than one. There's several. Christ, there's dedicated websites that go around and scrape content off of like Patreon, Pix IV or whatever it's called. All like the pay to join, websites. Oh man, dude, OnlyFans leak websites. There's so many of them. There's like hundreds of thousands, I swear. I don't actually know the names of any of them. Not that I would say I would if I did know, but I actually don't know any. To be totally honest with you, I don't know any. I just know they exist. I do know they exist. All right, I know OnlyFan leak websites exist. A lot of them are kind of like almost like forums, and you have to be a verified member to even view any of the content if you want to know. Because of course they got to be like sort of closed-knit communities. They don't want the leaker to get caught, and they don't want the person's who content is getting leaked to come and find it easily and take it down. I know how it works. I know how this crap works. Yeah, no, leak websites are a big thing. I think a lot of people even pay for leak websites. I'm not saying a lot. I think some people do, because a lot of times if you pay like if 100,000 people pay, that's way too many. If 100 people pay $5 to a leak website, that leak website now has like at least $500. I'd say less. I'd say they probably go for more like $400 because they want to pocket some of that money. At least $400 to go around and just pay for some famous person's, famous person's OnlyFans, and they can just scrape whatever they get off that and then just upload it to their website. And stuff like that. Donations and things like that. There's going to be an ad in 1 minute. Not that it really matters for you guys. But, yeah, I don't know. The whole thing about TikTok people getting their OnlyFans leaked is honestly, what'd you expect? Especially if you get more than 100 people on your like OnlyFans, that shit's already been leaked. All right. That's why a lot of OnlyFans creators do like personalized content now. See, what they do is they do personalized content, like they'll send it into your DMs or something like that, or you can pay extra to get like a little saucy vid or something like that. So yeah, it gets to that point where, they just do personalized content, so you don't really get what you don't really get anything for just paying for the standard stuff. Which you're paying for other things. It's like when like nowadays, I know like game devs that do Patreon and stuff like that, they don't upload the files to Patreon anymore. They have like a gate when you open the game. It'll tell you to log into your Patreon, so it can find out if you're actually a patron or not. It's actually pretty brilliant. But what it does is, it means you have to sign into Patreon to like play the game or the beta game. You know what I mean? Of course, if there's some smart guy out there who knows how to code, they could probably just bypass that by putting in a fake authentication confirmation thing. But that's what a lot of devs like to do nowadays. At least that's what I've noticed, because you can just say like, hey man, I go to this fake leak website that just pays for your Patreon once a month and then scrapes all the new content off of it, and then gives it to everyone else, and they could just download the files, and play the game. The times are changing. The times are changing because it's so easy to leak something nowadays that it ends up becoming like this whole thing.
I have friends who do Patreon. All right. You guys aren't my only friends. I do love you guys, but you're not my only friends. I got friends, especially like artists that do Patreon and stuff like that. And I know their big thing is they have to like censor the stuff they upload on Patreon because it can so easily be leaked. And then they have to like have members of, they have people who become patrons have to DM him, and then he'll send them like a file set, you know, like, oh yeah, here's all the stuff that I would have uploaded if, you know, it could still get leaked that way, but it's a lot less likely. It's not, you don't, you know, it can't be automated as easy. But yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things where you never really know if your content's 100% leaked, but it's safe to assume that if you have, I want to say even 10 people on like your Patreon or OnlyFans, that shit's leaked. All right, I got a feeling it's safe to assume that your content is leaked if you have that many. Any more drama? I want to stream for a couple hours at least today. I was going to stream for longer, but then I got stuff I got to go do. Hey, I got a real question. Do you guys think I should do a Discord? Make my own Discord? I don't have any fans, so it's not like it would be anybody in there. You know what I mean? But should I make... I already have a Discord that exists. That I was using for printer stuff. I mean, it already exists. I already have one. Like, I still gotta... I gotta get, like, emotes for my channel and stuff if I actually want to try, you know, in this space. I'm gonna have to get emotes, either make them myself or pay someone to do it on, like, Fiverr, you know. But I don't even know what would be worth getting emotes for. I need to get, like, subscriber badges, because right now you guys just have the generic subscriber badges that just come with Twitch. Those are just what comes with Twitch. Nothing here is special. You guys just have what generic, because I just got this shit. I haven't gotten around to doing anything. I don't even have a background banner for the PC website yet. So it just shows up as the generic Twitch shit. The biggest thing is I have to try to be artistic. That's really bad. Oh yeah, I bought a shirt. Hold on. So yeah, I'm doing merch again. I'm not really selling it because I really don't actually care, but quite honestly, I'm not making it public because I've done so many failed merch websites at this point that it's just not, you know, it's not my top priority. It's not Nazi merch, Kevin. It's actually some of my original merchandising from when I first tried doing a merch. I wonder if I can actually... I'm gonna leak a little bit. Are you ready? I gotta switch things around. You're gonna have to be patient with me. Well, Kevin, I know you want to give me permission, but I've already taken advantage of you. So, KevCry was already in there long before you gave me permission, because I've actually used this before. It's unpublished. But here, let me transition. So it's a little bit of leaking here. You can see at the top here all this unpublished stuff that used to be around. I've used this store before. It's just that prices are kind of high. That's why I never really use it. Let me get back to that tab.
So you can see Kev Cry sticker. I've had that. Oh, I might actually make a Kev Cry emote. The biggest problem is I think I have to have Hatway at the beginning of everything I do. So I have to say, like, Hatway Kev Cry or something dumb like that. Because you guys do actually have one emote, and that's this. Let me post it. That is the one emote you guys actually have. It's just a default emote. But as you can see, I brought the Hatway skull back because it's like the only cool one. Yeah, so you guys have an emote. That might get changed, just letting you know. But yeah, here's the skull. I brought it back. I managed to find the file. Lo and behold, it still exists. $25 is a bit much. I might try to see if I can get that lower, but I'd have to contact someone to do that. But I got the skull back. The Hatway skull. This is one of my favorites. Because apparently it's really hard to find that skull now. I could be wrong. I love it. This was one of those passion projects that I just had back in the day, and I just made it, and it worked out great. But I'm not selling it right now. You guys can't go to the store. Well, you guys can go to the store now that I've leaked the link up here. But I wouldn't buy it because I'm waiting on samples. So, but yeah, you can see like my old channel logo that I used to use for Horde Networks, HN. All that stuff, like the HN hoodie. None of this is published anymore because I hate it. I got the Kev Cry sticker, which I might republish just for you, Kev. I don't even know. I think I make like no money off of it too, because it's about as cheap as you can get. The old Kev Cry emote. But yeah, that's all I've done so far. Did not get me to give you $1 or give Charity $1. Is your name Charity? No, I'm not really worried about the money. I'm not even really worried about selling the merch. I just really love this skull. This skull. I love this skull. I've always been a huge fan of this stupid skull that I made, and I wanted to bring it back because I lost it forever. I managed to find the file, and I remade it because it's so cool. I swear to God, it almost looks aesthetic enough to be professionally made. It's not. I made that. I made this. So fucking dumb, but an error. Uh-oh. Somebody must be DDoSing my merch website. But yeah, I just fucking love that shit, man. God, it looks good. Maybe I'm biased because I made it, but I love it, man. God, it looks great. It's something that I would, I wanted to make something. This was made so long ago, but my idea at the time was I wanted to make something people could wear out in public, but it would still have my name on it. Dumb stuff like that. Whoops. Don't want to leak anything by accident. Transition. Don't look. Good stuff, man. I love that thing. The skull was one of my passion projects. But a little bit of, I know you looked, but a little bit of leaked merch that might be coming out. That's actually good. You know what I mean? I hope it's good. I've worked with these guys before, and it's actually, I think I actually have the Hatway skull sticker that I bought, which I might reopen on. I got it. So this is Stream Elements that I'm going through. I used to go through Streamlabs, but then I found out that Streamlabs is kind of scammy. All right. So I dropped Streamlabs and I went to Stream Elements, trying to swap things out. What I really should do is I should set up audio alerts and stuff because I don't have them set up correct right now. So when people follow and people gift, it pops up, but I don't think any noise comes through. I actually, if you really want to know, I still have the Ona shirt. but I probably won't ever wear it in public. I did wear it in public once, so. And who knows? Maybe I'll send you a shirt, King. But I'd have to. I'm gonna get mine first before I do that. Hopefully it fits. I got a 2XL. I'm kind of a big boy, but. Man, the sock machine, still a great idea. I still think we should do that, but the biggest problem is we have to buy a sock machine. And it would probably have to come from Japan, unless we want to spend $10,000. Tell Kev about the sock machine? Okay, Kev. If you didn't know already, which I feel like I've explained this to you, it's just a machine that makes socks. Alright? Its sole purpose is in making a sock. And it just goes all day, every day. Yeah, it'll probably cost about $10K, to be honest with you. Because we either have to import it from China or buy it in America, so. But it's just a machine that just pumps out socks all day, non-stop. And then you just get a toe knitting machine, which is actually apparently really cheap and really simple. And you just, run it through there and you have a fucking sock. Easy peasy. I even know sock formulas because I got way too into this at one point. But, I know, the formulaics between, spandex or, expandable rubber nylon and stuff like that. And, how it all goes together to make a certain fit of sock. Or, I have programs for certain sock designs for these machines. According to what we were looking into from China before shipping and before import fees and all that jazz, it would cost about $1,500 for one of these machines. Of course, after import fees and all that stuff, it would probably cost upwards of $5,000-$6,000. It's still cheaper than trying to buy in America, but then you have to go through import to try to get it here. If you buy in America, like I said, it'll probably cost upward $10,000, because they got to make their money somehow. But an infinitely expandable project, it was one of those things where I was really into it. I was doing the math of how long I'd have to have one of the machines running, hourly, how many socks I can make an hour, and how much money it would make if I sold a sock for a certain amount of money, and all that jazz, and hourly how much it would make back, And I was kind of lowballing the numbers because I wanted to be oh man, imagine you just want to make $12 an hour or something like that, and that's how you calculate your sock price or something like that. Jazz like that, But it was an infinitely expandable. Socks technically never expire, so you could just stock up. You wouldn't have to sell them all at once, or you wouldn't have to sell them the instant you get them, if you were doing a bakery or something. Jazz like that. It was one of those things where I had it all figured out at one point, but it just ended up being costing money that I didn't want to spend. It's usually how it goes for most of my projects. Yeah, basically a sock machine, in theory, if you can sell the socks, it's an infinite money glitch. And you can even fucking take it for base value. All you really lose is time, So technically, there's always a way to technically get your money back with a sock machine, I'd think. Because you could, like I said, just lowball it. Fuck it. I'll take a penny per sock. Profit kind of thing. And the great thing about these machines, they can do, tube socks. They can do fuzzy socks. They can do normal socks. It all depends on how you program it. And that's why I loved it. It was great. It was a great idea. I still think it's a great idea. So how many channel points do you guys have? Do you want me to scam you some channel points right now? VTuber sock line. That 100% already exists. I can guarantee that exists. I can scam you guys some channel points. What are channel points? If you look down right below chat, I don't know if it'll be on yours. There's a little ball, and it has a number next to it. That's how many points you have. But if I do something like this, and I go, oh wait, start prediction, And I do... You'll have to have faith in me on this one. Select. Yes. And I do 1 minute start prediction. So now there's a prediction. See that? Now if you select yes, you get nothing because nobody else is gonna vote no. But it's not infinite. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. If you both select yes, nobody makes any money. Yeah. So one of you would have to convince each other to pick the other one, and then the winner would get all the money. Also, I have no clue on how to make what's he talking about? Do you not know what predictions are, King? So what you can do... Oh, too late, it's closed. What you can do is, there's a channel predictions. He put it all into no. It said select yes. You put 69 in there. I'll just return the points. But no, yeah, predictions are basically, I can just make whatever I want. No, you don't win anything. I just gave you your points back. I refunded it because I wasn't actually in a scam you out of 69 points. Those points would have just been deleted because nobody else voted on it. They just would have been yeeted right into the void. Yeah, predictions, basically, I can have an infinite amount of responses. I can make the prediction whatever I want, and I can choose the outcome. So, like, if I say, like, oh, will I end stream in 10 minutes? And I put yes, no, or maybe. maybe would never win, because it's either a yes, no question, but... Then I just pick whenever it happens. People vote on it. There ain't really enough people to make it worth it at this point. I can also do polls. Where's the poll button? I got the poll button. New poll. Poll? Question mark? Poll. Period. Poll dance. And police. I'm not even gonna allow you guys to do additional votes because that'll just be a waste of points. There you go. Now there's a poll. You know, poll. I do like polls. Whoop whoop. This also, just so you know, this gets my interactions up, which makes Twitch like me more when you vote on stuff. Just a fun little fact. I don't know. Polls are kind of fun. I'll probably never use them. I'll probably just use straw polls instead. There's so many better websites for doing polls than Twitch itself. Like, what I can do is I can turn on pay for votes, so you can use your channel points to just buy more votes. Which I probably won't ever do because it's kind of scammy. But there's better websites like, well, it's not straw poll, but it's like streamer poll or something like that. And all it does is, if you type 1 or 2 into chat, or whatever, numerical or word, you know. Yeah, you can stuff the ballot box, 100%. I do like that. I just want you guys to know that, I streamed a little bit on, was it Monday this week? I streamed a little bit one of these days. And I ran ads to absolutely nobody, just 30 minutes of ads nonstop for like an hour, and unbelievably, I made a penny from that. So they actually paid me for running ads to nobody. And then after tonight, my percentage. So I make a percentage per ad
they usually split it like 30%, and they get 70. But after tonight, that goes up for me, and after tonight, I'll be making 55% off of ads. I don't know if that's ever gonna be worth it, but don't ask me why. They just sent me an email saying, "Congratulations, your share is going up." Yes, everyone saw the Spiffing Brit YouTube stream money glitch because it was, in fact, a YouTube glitch that he exploited. He exploited YouTube. That's his job. It was unavoidable, as the title literally said. The stream was unavoidable. Believe it or not, the Spiffing Brit actually, he's actually really smart. And besides for the fact that he also knows people that do stuff like this all the time, and that's how they get their views and stuff, he's just there, man. He knows. He knows. But I suppose if you're ever in those circles, you probably know too. He's just willing to expose it. I don't know why. I don't know why you'd ever expose it. Just use it. Use it to scam some money. That's what I'd do. Kidding? Maybe. Yeah, he kind of always does that. Especially, like, well, of course, in video games, considering that's, like, his whole, you know, shtick. Pretty much. It's the eternal struggle of, a game developer, you know, patch 1, make 10. Oh yeah. Oh, shorts on YouTube are still, they've always been kind of buggy. That's why a lot of YouTubers actually started doing shorts, because boy howdy can you fuck the system using those. I was going to do it at one point. That's why I made you the manager on the website, so we can start uploading shorts, which I should start doing again. Now that I have like 40 hours of VODs that I can chop up random sections and put as shorts. Because shorts are really lucrative. I mean, Christ, you just upload shorts all the time, and just someone scrolling past is already a view. You know? That's crazy. And they can rack up just millions of views with no effort. You're going back? You're actually managing to make it home this time? I'm still home. I never left. But I'm kind of broke right now, so I can't do nothing. You break your new car yet? Asking for a friend. Yeah, you might never make it. Don't forget about that. It's still healthy for now. I have a pine tree in my backyard. Come look at it. A singular pine tree. The rest of them are not pine. I got bushes too. But yeah, no, I can't do anything right now. I actually wanted to go. Like to the city this weekend and just like get my hair cut because my hair is getting super long again, and like maybe do some shopping. But like, man, holy shit, I don't have enough money for like all the gas and the food I'd like to eat. You know, I'm broke. Kev, if I get enough money, if I get rich enough, I will bring you to Mustang Ranch. The biggest problem is, at this point, I do have a job. It's just, I've been spending all my money on, I've been doing roofing jobs for my house and stuff. And it's costing a lot of money. Mustang Ranch is, a Texas, you want... you know what a whorehouse is? That's basically what it is, but it's legal. It's a brothel. Legal brothel. Yeah, well, no, it's kind of outside of Vegas. Because brothels cannot be inside of Vegas. It's illegal inside of Vegas, legal outside of Vegas. Honestly, getting a flight to Vegas for me is really cheap. Like, we're talking a couple $100 for me to get a plane, round-trip plane flight from here to Vegas. Outrageously cheap. Like, it costs me less to fly to Vegas than it is to drive a quarter of the way there. They'd almost have to have Amtrak in Vegas. They'd almost have to. Oop, just slapped the shit out of my mic. Went to scratch my nose. Oh no, I'd 100% go to Vegas. Obviously, I'd have to wait like a couple months right now because of my financial situations, but a couple months should be more than enough, I'd think, to get me back on track. I hope. Once I pay off some of the stuff I've been paying for, it'll be a lot better, but you know, I just do what I can. Doesn't help that all the payments came in at once, kind of thing, you know. I don't want to go. There's no more brothels. I think Nevada's the only state that can actually have brothels, and it's only legal in certain counties around there. But I probably won't be going on any drivable vacations anytime soon. So it'd be best to assume that I won't be doing any traveling the rest of this year. Yeah, Diamond Joe's, that's pretty close to me, honestly. That's in Iowa? Right at the bottom of Minnesota. Man, so I'm gonna do a little bit of light doxing, alright? This isn't illegal because everyone knows where they live, but it's gonna do me in just a little bit. I mean, 500-mile radius kind of deal. But, so I found these YouTubers. I just started watching them. They're called Seaboys TV, or whatever they call themselves. They're pretty freaking popular. All right, they're over in Minnesota, not too far away from me, in like Cormorant, Minnesota. Trust me, they make it very obvious that's where they are. So, like, it starts making so much sense because I've been around that area so many times. Like in the last few years, and I've just thought, man, this place is fucking wild. There's always something stupid going on here, and it now makes sense. It's because there's a fucking giant YouTuber corporation there, and it makes a lot more sense now. Because I just started watching them because they were doing stupid stuff, and I love stupid things on the internet, of course. I'm eternally on the internet. Stupid things make me laugh. But yeah, going around Cormorant, I've been there. I've just always thought it was kind of wacky. There was always something wacky going on. I've always saw something stupid there. And now it makes sense. It just makes it all clicked all at once. Also, fucking Scott Kramer. I know. Fucking Scott Kramer. You took my camera guy. You asshole. He took my camera guy. He took Greg. I'm not fucking kidding. If you guys don't know who Scott Kramer is, he's a streamer around near my area. All right, obviously pretty close. He took my goddamn camera guy. I was actually pissed when I found this out because my camera guy never told me. All right, that Scott Kramer took him. Took him to the Valley Fair, or the Red River Valley Fair, man. I wanted to go to that too. I was gonna go to that with my camera guy. I wasn't gonna film it, but I was gonna go with my camera guy. Don't worry, Greg is still my friend. He just never told me he was gonna do this. I actually have no idea how he knows Scott Kramer. I don't know Scott Kramer. So I don't know how he got to be the camera guy. But it sounds like it was maybe a one-time thing. I don't know, man. It's just one of those things where I go, really? And you weren't going to tell me? The dude has like over 1 million subscribers. And you're not going to tell me that you're doing this. Do you not know that I've been like slowly trying to get famous on YouTube? That I made you my camera guy because I'm trying to do that? And you're not going to tell me? I don't know. Greg, you're not watching this. And you'll never see it. Because I know you don't like my live streams. You don't watch any of my content, Greg, because all you do is be my camera guy. And then sometimes you also forget to switch microphones, and we get to hear you breathing the entire video. But hey, I love you, Greg. Greg's a good guy. Me and Greg need to do the podcast, too. We have a whole podcast studio set up in his house. That's where my office is, my second office. It's in his house, if you didn't know. I could have a... who did I just call? It was some YouTuber that for some reason they had a stupid phone line, and I called it, and they actually picked up, and then I hung up because I got scared. Oh, was it not that long ago? I was in a random Discord. So the whole reason I'm doing this VTuber thing is because I got into a voice chat with a bunch of other VTubers. I won't leak them. Yeah, I'm a bitch. I get scared really easily when it comes to actually big name people. If it's someone I don't know, like that lady when we were in that small town selling rings, if I don't know them, I can just say the stupidest shit ever and I won't care. Because I'm never going to meet them. I'm never going to talk to them again. But anyways, the whole reason I want your most American ring. I was in a random chat, a random Discord, and I went into VC because I was feeling frisky, alright? And there was a bunch of VTubers in there. I didn't know they were VTubers. I thought they were just random people. And we were sitting there chatting. They were drunk as shit. They were sloshed, alright? I gotta reiterate, they were fucking super drunk, alright? And they were slurring. They were talking about, blah, 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 blah. And then all of a sudden I heard one of them say, you know what, I'll give you one of my tier 3 subscribers. Okay, this is what tipped me off, because they were playing Connect 4. Don't ask how I got in this situation. I don't remember. I was a little bit sloshed myself. And they were sitting there, they're talking about trading tier 3, and I'm like, what? Tier 3? They're like, they're streamers. Okay, I'm like, okay, cool. You have a couple tier 3 subs or whatever. You're doing pretty good for yourself. One of them goes live. Alright, they left the chat and went live and posted it in chat. Alright. I'm borderline trying to expose them that I talked to them, but I don't want to because, again, I'm nervous. They went live to like 2,000 people. Alright. And I'm like, oh my god. Wait, these are famous VTubers. Alright. I do remember some of their names, but for the sake of not fucking myself later down the line, I'm not gonna expose them for being drunk and horny in chat, alright? Because I don't think that's what they want. It was pretty bad. It was a pretty lewd situation. And I don't think that's what they want. So I'm not gonna expose them, alright? Not this time, maybe next time. But anyways, I left the chat and then left the server because I got scared. Because I found out that they were famous. Or, like, big names. So I don't even know if if they'll ever remember me. I have actually, DM'd one of them. So, maybe. Maybe they'll talk to me. Maybe not. But that's half the reason I'm here. Because I kind of got into a circle. But I gotta get back into the circle because I left. I know, bro, 2,000 people on a whim, like, it wasn't even a planned stream. She just like, I'm gonna go live now, and then goes live, and then 2,000 people show up. I am Rizless. I'm better in person, trust me. I'm actually way better in person. You know that. You know I'm better in person. Don't ask me why. You put sunglasses on me, I can do just about anything. But, when it comes to the internet, I always feel like I'm playing 5D chess. Alright? Social 5D chess. Chess. No, chess. Yeah, if you really want to know, I got scared by a bunch of drunk female VTubers. Because I found out that they had followings that were larger than the city I live in. Alright? The town I live in, I should say. They have followings larger than the biggest city in my state. You know what I mean? You want the link? I'm sorry, I don't want to... I can't do that. I'm trying myself to get back in, alright? Let alone scamming it to people. They might not like that. I don't remember how I got there. I do remember the name of some of them, alright? I think I even have the VOD saved on my computer of when she went live. Because I just couldn't believe it. I'm lame on the internet. It's true. I do stupid shit all the time on the internet. I just don't know if, like... Why can I do, like, the most stupid crap IRL, you know, talk, have no problem, you know, go up to a lady in a ring shop that also sells fudge, ask her for her most American ring, sit there and look at it, she tells me the price, and I say, holy shit, that's pretty expensive, you got anything cheaper? Alright, then have her dig out the bargain bin rings in the back of the shop because I want the cheapest ring she has in the whole shop. And then out of pity, because I made her go through all of that, I buy one of the rings. I still have it. It's sitting here on my desk, right in front of me. I'm opening the case. You're not going to be able to hear it. Well, actually, what I can do... ASMR, I'm tapping the ring box. Alright. I have the ring right here. I'm going to put it on. I'm wearing it. But yeah. How can I do stuff like that? But when it comes to the internet, and I talk to a bunch of VTubers, I panic, and then leave. I don't know, man. Something about the internet messes me up. I've been getting a little bit better, though. Now that I've been doing live streams, I've actually sat and talked to myself. I'm kind of getting back to the days when I used to VC a lot. I'm getting a little bit better at actually just talking in general. No booba. No booba. I've been actually talking... Okay, another leak. I've been talking with one of my female friends. I might actually be able to get her in a big booba VTuber model. And she might stream with me. Alright? I've been talking to her. I don't know if she will. It's been just short chats, and I've only brought it up a couple times. She said she was interested, but that's all the further it got. So, you know, look forward to that. I might have a co-host. She'll probably do her own stuff, though. You know, just a little bit of leak. There's been stuff going on in the background that I haven't told anybody else about, and I'm kind of just leaking it all today. She's a very nice lady, by the way. She's also kind of a horn magnet at times, so she'd be a really good co-host. Because she would make some great fucking content. It'd be great content. I'm also looking into getting a different VTuber model. I made this VTuber model out of stock images, or I shouldn't say stock images, stock model assets. It's kind of special, but it's just generic. No, I won't be able to get her in VRC. I highly doubt she'll VRC with us. She's kind of busy. But no, I'm looking into getting a different VR model. I might actually try scamming a model from somewhere else, but I'm looking into getting a different one because as much as I kind of like this one, it's a bit too generic feeling. I don't feel special in this. I know you have some. We can talk about it later, but I just don't know. I don't know if I like this one. It was easy to make, and honestly, it was way too easy to make. But it works, and I didn't have to do a whole VR rig excuse me. I didn't have to do a whole VTuber setup. I just have a webcam and I have it tracking. I don't know if I want to be a cat girl. I would very much prefer that my model is male. Preferably. But, I mean, I'll get a sexy VTuber model if it's what the boys want. Like, let me pull up. I'm going to have to do some scrolling. I do have that picture that I had with that VTuber model that I scammed. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it because it's so far away. But yeah, the VTuber model I scammed, I took pictures of it. I don't know if I can find it. It's way too far up in chat. I've been scrolling for a while. Yeah, I can't find it. But yeah. Chat's currently closed right now, so I can't see what you guys are talking about. Anyways, closing chat. But yeah, no, I did that. I can't find it right now. I'll look for it later. But I got that model. Nice try. But I opened chat back up, so now I can read it. Expose me for being a good guy? Why are you lying to people, boy? I'm an asshole, man. I'm an asshole. I probably always will be. Honestly. I just don't know if there's anything I can do to change that. There's just something... Maybe I'm sadistic or some shit, but there's something that just feels good about being a dick. Alright? I don't know if I just get endorphins from it. People can be mean to me, I just don't care. Half the time. I do care sometimes. I care a lot less than I used to. But, I mean, fuck. Maybe that's why I'm so bad at being on the internet. Because I'm just so used to being an asshole. You know, the worst thing about having to do the VTuber model is every little movement you see, like me swinging my head back and forth, you can probably hear it on the mic. I have to move so far. I have to make sure my mouth is clear from the microphone, because if I move down here, it does sometimes still work, but it looks wrong. And then when I blink, because I wear glasses, it doesn't sometimes blink all the way, and sometimes it'll look like I just have droopy eyes. Alright. Another story time. I'm gonna expose myself a little bit again here. A little bit of Hatway lore, if you will. Long time ago, I was driving around a small town nearby me. They're all small towns, but I was driving around one small town, and I was ripping around in my car. There was a lady that I was trying to hit on when I was there. She's very pretty, had giant, enormous boo-boos, so you know how it went. I, for 100%, was doing everything in my power to impress her. So I was ripping around in my car, doing cookies and stuff, and, like, drifting around corners and stuff like that with my car. It was fucking epic. I can never do it now because I'm just not good at it anymore. But I was doing all this shit, and I come around one of the corners, and there is no cap, an old fucking lady in the middle of the road, and I almost
fucking flattened her. All right, inches. I was inches away from fucking pounding her into the dirt with the front of my car. All right, this old lady then gets like the most energy I've ever seen in an old woman's life before. Slaps the front of my car, runs around to the window, asks for my name. Like, yo, dog, I'm not gonna give you my real name. So I gave her a fake name, which at the time, if I was smart, I would have noticed that was one of my friends' names. But I was panicking because she was calling the cops at the same time. So anyways, I go around and I pick up that lady that I was talking about, and I drive her home because I'm like, yo, dog, we gotta go. All right. Pick her up, bring her home. I go home. The cop is waiting at my front door. Oops. She figured it out. I think she looked at my license plate, probably got the actual license plate number. Yeah, Nick Way Rogers. But no, she apparently, I'm guessing she got my license plate number. It wouldn't be that hard. She was literally inches away from it. So, the cop is waiting at my front door. All right. I'm fucking plain shitting myself at that point. I'm like, oh crap, I'm gonna get fucking brought to jail for nearly drilling an old lady with my car. All right. He comes up to me and he says, I don't think necessarily you're the one to blame, but I don't think she's 100% to blame either. So because it's a 50-50, he says, I'm just going to pretend it never happened. Don't do it again. I'm like, are you fucking shitting me? I almost killed an old woman. I hope this does. I highly doubt he'll ever see this. If he does, he doesn't know who I am. But, I'm not fucking kidding. The man, we talk about lawnmowers for the next half hour. We're sitting there talking about, because at that point in time, I was like, my main job was driving, or I was mowing. I was mowing for the city. So, we talked about lawnmowers. And I got away with almost killing an old woman. Yeah. A little fun story. All because I was trying to hit on a woman. I used to do crazy shit. I still do sometimes. I'm just better at not getting caught. Oh yeah, she also did like a Facebook post. So keep in mind, at this point in time, I'm like 16 years old. I'm young and I'm dumb and I'm doing just the dumbest shit all the time. Anyways, this old woman that was mad at me went onto Facebook. And because I gave her the name of one of my friends, she went to his mother's Facebook page and told his mom that he was doing this shit. And then she had to tell the old woman that no, that wasn't him. That was this kid. So then but she didn't give the actual name. She just said it was another kid. Yeah. She didn't actually give my name. Thank God, my friend's mom is an OG for real. It did not give them my name. I'm still technically neighbors with that woman. She's a really nice lady, by the way. But my friend called me and said that this old lady's on Facebook fucking trashing his name. He says, "What's this about?" And I'm like, "Bro, I gave her the wrong name. I'm sorry." He's like, "It's okay, dude. You just gotta figure this shit out. All right." So like, because I'm getting this phone call, and then like I still live with my parents, and they're like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "Oh fuck, I gotta explain it now." I'm like, "Okay." So like, there's this old lady. She thinks I was like doing crazy shit, and now she's like on Facebook defaming my friends, and then like blah 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 blah. I spun it. I spun the fucking biggest fucking tale of my life. All right. My dad, no joke. We drove all the way to that old lady's house. My dad chewed the old lady out for 20 minutes. I love my dad. All right, he's a great guy. And then I also, shit you not, 2 years later, the old lady moved out of town. It wasn't even 2 years, a year later.
All because I wanted to hit on a woman, by the way. This is all because I was trying to flirt with a woman. Worth it, though, by the way. It was worth it. Yeah, it was 100% worth it. I'd do it again. That's one of the biggest ones I can remember. There's more, but I'm not going to give you the whole fucking Hatway lore book in one sitting. I got to tease you a little bit. I can give you one more. All right, one more little story. This one's short, because it's so simple, but it was in hindsight fucking hilarious. It was hilarious. So back in the day, I would try to riz women as hard as I possibly could. You know, I was young, and everyone was a challenge to me for some reason. So I was hanging out with this woman out near my parents' lake cabin, and I managed to convince her, like, oh man, you gotta spend the night. You gotta spend the night, don't worry. We can convince your mom, alright? You can spend the night. Alright? 100%. Deal. I didn't tell my parents, alright? They didn't know. So it was me, one of my friends, and this woman at a sleepover. I'm putting quotation marks, you can't see it, I'm a VTuber. A sleepover, alright? And I didn't tell my parents. So the three of us are out in the porch bedroom, and we were playing Truth or Dare, because you know you gotta riz the woman somehow. It got a little saucy. I won't go into too much detail for the sake of everyone that was there, they don't want their shit exposed. It got a little saucy. All right, nothing super explicit, but it got a little saucy. All right. No shit. I did not know my dad was in the next room the whole time. So the next room over, I did 100% see Booba. The next room has like there's windows because the bedroom porch is just built on to the side of the cabin. So there's windows, and the windows are usually open for the sake of airflow. He heard everything. And the next day, all right, we all woke up. All right, my dad says, I need you to come into the living room. We get into the living room, and you know shit screams at the top of his lungs, I am not running a whorehouse. Ooh. Ooh. She heard it all. She heard every word he said. Oh, yeah. I remember that one. Because I had to... Because then I had to bring her home after that. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, if you overheard what we did, and maybe you would say whorehouse, but I remember that. I remember that one like it was yesterday too. That was a long time ago. You know, maybe it all would have been avoided if I would have told my parents that I was having a woman sleep with, because I never told them, so they didn't even know. Did she suck pee-pee? Declined to answer. No comment. But no, yeah, I felt really bad about that one. I think I still have her phone number. I talked to her not that long ago, so she doesn't hate me. But, that's a moment that stuck in my head. That was definitely a moment that stuck in my head. Just remember. Oh, man. I got a lot of stories like that. I was always trying to riz some woman. Like I got when I played strip basketball. I got when I got like my third job, and there's a video of me dry humping a coworker out there. Hopefully they deleted that. There's a whole lot. I got a lot of stories. I didn't get fired for that, by the way. Just heads up. Kev, no cap. You probably have way more Riz than I do. I lose 95% of my I lose 95% of my brain cells when I'm around a woman. I turn into like a monkey. I ooga booga my way through that shit. Never been on a date? It's honestly, if you just go hang out with the bros, if you ever like hung out with your friends, it's the same shit except you maybe kiss afterwards. Or for me it is, 95% of the time. I mean, you might be a little bit more suave if you really want to try. But half the time I just don't even try. I just be myself, man. I got nothing to lose. Worst case is I get nothing out of it. You know what I mean? I mean, I've gotten pretty, you know, close to some women, all right? And then they've broken my heart, so I'm at that point in my life where I really don't care. I really just don't care anymore. You could get herpes, yeah, 100%. It's a really good, don't bang on the first date, man. Don't do it. For real. I know sometimes it's easy to do that, but refrain, bro. For real. Find out more about her before you do that. I feel that one, Kev. I've definitely had that happen to me at least once when I was younger. It was my first real depression moment where she didn't really break up with me, but what happened is okay, another story time. Me and a young lady became really good friends. We were both pretty young, all right? We didn't really know what love was at the time. But what happened is we got really close. And, you know, before we knew it, we were really into each other. We then kind of figured out what love was, all right? And we kind of figured out that we really loved each other. Like, genuinely had feelings for each other. And we never wanted to, you know... And, you know, we kind of dated for a while, on and off, and then just hung out most of the time because we were more... I like to think we were more friends than lovers, but we were really close. And then she ended up having to move because her parents got a job somewhere else, and she had to leave. And I never really got to tell her everything I wanted to say, and I felt really bad about it. Yeah, that was my first real depression moment, because I was like, oh man, I actually love this woman, and she's gonna leave me. I then found out, I want to say like 10 years later, I ended up getting in contact with her again, and she apparently felt the same way about the whole situation, so it just kind of broke my heart all over again, but... But yeah, 100%. I've had that moment. She was probably one of the best people I've ever dated, if you really want an opinion, because we were the same wavelength, you know. Crap like that. It's a shame she now has a boyfriend, so, you know, the choice, it's gone now. That it'll never happen now, but she also lives like 500 miles away, so there's no chance. I think she has kids as well, so I mean... Same when you say wavelength, you know, when you just match up so fucking well that everything just always, everything's right. You know what I mean? Everything feels right. Like, this is how it's supposed to be. Like, this is where that's where you should be, is with them at that point in time. Always. Get that wavelength. Everything just matches, man. Everything's great. I don't know if I've ever felt that kind of thing ever again. You don't know what I mean? Maybe it's just like one of those once-in-a-lifetime things. Because like I said, I've never felt it ever since, but... It was just one of those things where everything was just good. You know? This is who I like. They like me back. Everything about the other person is what I want. But yeah, no. I've never really felt that ever since. And maybe it's just because I was so hurt by that moment, but I don't know. But then I found, it wasn't long after that, I want to say like a year or two after that, I found out you could give women gifts. And they'd love the shit out of you for it. Like, I had one girl I had a crush on, and I gave her a rose with earrings in it. It worked. It was 100% effective. Just so you know, boys, gifts, 100% effective. I don't mind being single. There's a lot of freedom to being single. I appreciate not being locked down to anything. I can go around and I can talk to women if I want to get with a woman, you know, if that's really what I want. But I don't really want to. It's not what I'm looking for right now. I'm looking for something else. Not a man. I'm not looking for a man. I'm just looking for something else in general. I mean, I've done the dating scene. I've done the, you know, thinking that this was gonna be it. This is the woman I'm with the rest of my life, kind of thing. And I don't know. I don't really know if I want to do it again right now. Maybe later, but just not what I want right now. And maybe it's because the last big this is it moment was scorned by the fact that she ended up dating another guy. So I don't know. Love is hard. As anybody who's done dating would know, love is hard. It's not easy. Sometimes when you think you got it all figured out, the rug gets pulled out from under you. And it depends on what you want. Because if you want something, you're going to have to fight for it. You're going to have to try, you know. I mean, maybe if you're lucky, it would all click together like it did that first time. You know what I mean? For me, it just all clicked. Everything went great. Everything was perfect. You know, maybe you can find that. All right, but that's kind of a once-in-a-lifetime thing. And it's hard to find that. Therapy with Hatway. So yeah, anyways, is there anything less depressing to talk about right now? We kind of went on a tangent and it got a little bit sad there for a bit. Is there any drama? Any drama out there? Any big dramas going on? It's not political, preferably. Yeah, I ended up going down a rabbit hole. I didn't really know I wanted to go down. I guess I really technically didn't want to go down it, but I talked myself into it. Life. It's life. Gotta roll with the punches. As most adults know, it doesn't get much easier. What are the Kardashians up to nowadays? Bro, I follow the Kardashians like I follow an airplane on foot, alright? It just doesn't happen, alright? I just see a glance of it every once in a while. Kardashians, honestly, some of the scummiest people out there. Drama bait. That's what the Kardashians are about.
Wow. The latest the latest drama is one of the Kardashians turning her hair blonde. How exciting. Oh. And another one abuses Photoshop. How exciting. Wow, the Kardashians. So much going on with the Kardashians. So anyways, that's in my search history now. I'll have to live with that one for the rest of my life. You know what? Let's do something crazy. I'm gonna open up Keemstar. Does Keemstar still make content? Oh my god, I think he does. So latest Keemstar tweet that isn't an ass, a literal ass, right? Is he's talking about how Elon Musk apparently plans on removing the block feature from X, from Twitter. Yeah. Elon Musk says block is going to be deleted as a feature, except for DMs. Alright, that's the latest drama, Alert Nation. Why would that be a thing? Why would you do that? Why does Elon Musk do anything, honestly? Like, why? The man's making enough money, he doesn't have to do anything. He could just soak in the money and have smarter, more capable people do the work for him. You know what I mean? What? Elon Musk drives me nuts, man. I'm gonna scroll a little bit further. Ah, yes. Jake Paul. Jake Paul dropped a song. Market crash imminent, according to Keemstar. Man, Keemstar, man, he's not posted anything that's interesting. Oh yeah, it's like I said, Elon Musk made $44 billion worth of equity disappear overnight. That shit's ridiculous. I mean, that's like enough to fund a whole nation. You know what I mean? That's a whole nation's worth of money just obliterated because he made a fucking stupid joke. Because he doesn't understand what business is. Wow. I guess YouTube added context options, so now you can add context to a video. Like, you know how Twitter has, like, the user context or whatever it is? I guess YouTube does that now? I'd never seen that. I didn't know that was a thing. Fun little fact. Let's see what's I'm gonna use Twitter. Yeah, people are about to get called out and telling lies. It's like how, not gonna lie, I do use Twitter still sometimes. Because that's how you get the stupidest gossip, is off Twitter. I was looking at there was ads, alright? And I like how the ad had a community context thing under it that said this isn't actually how the game looks, and then posted a link to the video of what the game actually looks like. That shit's hilarious. That's actually really funny. That is how community notes should be used, because that is fucking hilarious. What's trending in the US? Uh-oh. Elon Musk is trending in the US. Is it because of the block thing? Eliminate the block features, direct violation of the app and the okay. You gonna like posts twice? So yeah, it's apparently official. Elon Musk removed the block feature. That shit's stupid. And of course, trending below Elon is Blue Sky and Threads. I've got a Threads account. I'm not gonna dox it because it's using one of my alternate accounts. Threads is alright, honestly. I don't know why everyone hates Threads. It could just be because it's the Zuck, the information gathering tycoon, the guy who will take your whole life and sell it for $1. You know, understandable. I could get that, but the app itself isn't bad. It's actually pretty nice. It's clean. Oh yeah. People are calling him Elmo. Where is the poopin' emote? I don't know if there is any poop emotes anymore. I do know I could get some BTTV emotes. I already had those before though. I don't know what BTTV emotes I have though. I don't know if this is gonna show me. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna show me. I know Twitch has done a lot of censoring lately, so I know a lot of things are different. This is actually... The Elon getting rid of the block thing is actually new drama, and believe it or not, I found out because of Keemstar. I would personally like to thank Keemstar for giving me information that's actually useful. I can't believe it. I actually cannot believe that. I didn't know Keemstar was still a thing. So yeah, by the looks of it, I'm looking into it right now. I can't show Twitter on stream because the odds of getting porn is so likely, it's unreal. Oh yeah. Yeah, I can't believe it. Why would he do that? What do you gain from removing the block? Is he just mad because everyone's blocking him? Is he mad because people are abusing the block feature to block people who have the blue check mark? Which, honestly, is fucking smart. I don't know, man. I'm scrolling. Bear with me for a second. God. Elon's just been posting the stupidest fucking shit lately. Why is that? Whatever. I'm getting off that. I don't want to get down the drama bait hole of Elon Musk. The multi-billion-dollar magician that can make money disappear by saying abracadabra. Alright? Oof, I don't know. Elon Musk is one of those things where it's just like, why do people keep giving him money? I mean, SpaceX, I can't really even blame Elon Musk because SpaceX is, the people who run SpaceX are doing a great job. It isn't what Elon Musk wanted, so that's why I think I like it, because it's not what he wants. They did kind of scam the market for spaceflight, because they were trying to be like, oh man, the money savings from reusable rockets is going to be astronomical, and we're going to make bazillions of dollars from this. And then, 10 years later, they're like profit negative still. And it's just like, Tesla, oh man, yeah, it's finally profitable, but now all these car manufacturers are finally finishing off their well-designed, well-made, quality-tested EVs. Alright. So, I mean, now that actually good EVs are going to be starting to be made, Elon Musk is going to be fucked. You know what I mean? I mean, Teslas suck. Have you actually ever been in a Tesla? They're neat, don't get me wrong. They're kind of neat. But
there's a lot of quality assurance that should have been done with a lot of those cars. And I mean, really, they're not really built to today's standards. You know what I mean? They're just not really made for today's standards. What's the biggest one that I've been looking into lately? Like a Tesla, like how Elon keeps saying that Teslas are the only autonomous vehicle that could actually be on the streets. But like, does he not know that other companies have been doing that exact thing but better for years? What was it, Ford? They just shut theirs down because they said it's just not viable. It's just not possible because the economics of it is stupid. It's not worth the money and time. Okay? And then you're telling me that this guy named Elon, the guy who popped up out of nowhere and just magically says, oh yeah, I've got the technology to do that. And all these car manufacturers that are, you know, who dedicate years and years of research to this one topic are dumb. And actually, I'm the smart one, and I'm going to make it happen. I can understand self-driving cars. I like the idea of a robo-taxi. I like the idea of being able to hop into a car and it will safely get you from point A to point B without you having to worry about it. You know what I mean? Because driving can sometimes be pretty stressful. All right, and if you can make the human element safer, I'm all for it. But the unfortunate fact is, for a carless society, I don't know. See, I live in the middle of nowhere, Kevin. I need a car to get places. And if they were gonna set up like a bus ecosystem, or you know, or something like a train ecosystem, the costs would be way more than it's worth. You know what I mean? If I lived in a city, don't get me wrong, if I lived in a city, I'd probably be advocating for carless, because cars in a city are stupid. You should not own a car in a city. There should be no reason for you to have a car in the city, because everything is there, and there should be easy access for everyone to get where they need to go. Alright? I agree with that. But in the middle of nowhere, you're kind of getting out there a little bit, you know? Maybe a little less needed in the cities, or outside the cities, I mean. And I like having the freedom to be able to go where I want, when I want, how I want, you know. But for like cities, inside cities, I definitely think I 100% agree with carless. Like, if you want to get out of the city, there should be like a system for you to have like a rented car that you can get on the edge of town or near the edge of town, and you can go drive around the world. You know what I mean? Or like if you want to go city to city, there should be city to city transportation. You know, like trains and buses and planes that already exist. But I mean, they should be made economically and cheaper for the person. Maybe even funded by the government because we already pay taxes. Why not? You know, stuff like that. Yeah, I can agree with that. But there's too many small towns out there that they need something other than that. And even just like getting a bus to a small town is pricey. Because like we have around this area, we have you can call a taxi to come out. We have intercity taxis, and they're expensive. You know what I mean? I mean, don't get me wrong, they're like a couple $100, but they'll bring you within like 500 miles or something. So I mean, it's not a total loss, but I mean, again, it's not worth the cost of what it would cost to get out here. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, how self-driving cars are dumb. Yeah, self-driving cars are dumb. I 100% agree. Self-driving cars, as much as I love the idea of them, there's just no way to do it safely. And Elon Musk, don't get me wrong, bless his little soul for being the dumbest shit he's the dumbest guy ever. He kind of came up with a stupid idea, you know. Oh yeah, the tunnels. Woo! Unfortunately, he didn't take into effect the cost and the maintenance and the fact that if you're gonna go through all that effort, you might as well just make a fucking bullet train. All right, an underground bullet train, maglev train. You know, because at that point, you can transport the same amount of people faster, more effectively, and less human error, you know? If you're just gonna dig a fucking tunnel across the entire United States. It's stupid. It was stupid. Like everything Elon does, it's just dumb. But yeah, no, at least he had some modicum of idea of what would be smart for doing somewhat taxi-like, car driving. But it just wouldn't work. Your best bet would be able to, if you really want to do like taxi-like car driving, make a rail system. I know this is going to be crazy for some people. Make a rail system, all right, and have pods on the rail, all right. That way you always know where the cars are going, the vehicles are going, because they're on a fucking rail, all right. You can supply electricity via the rail. You can supply location data via the rail, connected location data, all right. You don't have to have, yeah, rail, what happened to rail? Why isn't it a big thing anymore? Like, I know people have cars now, but still, of all things, rail is technically simpler, all right? There's only so many locations a vehicle could go on a rail, all right? Planes are true, planes, yeah. I can understand planes. But, I mean, in planes, quite honestly, contrary to popular belief, are some of the safest things on this fucking planet because of how scared people are of flying. They have to put every safety feature on it. But, planes are pretty safe, honestly, all things considered. Even though sometimes it's the sketchiest shit on Earth. Planes are some of the safest things out there. And I understand why people like planes. But honestly, I also don't think they understand that the only reason your plane ticket is so cheap is because the plane company is probably taking a loss. If plane companies actually charged the cost of what it takes to ferry you through the air, yeah. No, airplanes, honestly, I'm not a huge fan of airplanes, although I understand why people like them because they're quick. But yeah, if we could get like a high-speed rail, a nice big maglev that can travel like 600 miles per hour over rail, it would not only be safer, more economical, all that shit. Yeah, most aircraft companies, quite honestly, take a loss. It's why there was that whole that whole era of bailing out air companies, because they're not making a lot of money, and they work off a different system, It's like how big corporations usually will try to make a net positive kind of thing, but will work at a loss if they have to, because they can still pay their employees and themselves, It's kind of a lucrative, stupid thing, but you send it in DMs? I mean, do you want me to watch it right now? I certainly can. But yeah. I mean, most people know at this point that airlines don't actually make money. And the only but like, very informative. Yeah, I'll probably watch it a little bit later. Just because I want to watch too many videos on this. But yeah, no, that's what I mean. I mean, most people know that they're a net loss. It's usually how they work. It's how a lot of big companies work too, is a net loss. You'll notice if you ever look at like the quarterly reports or the year-end reports for big companies, they're usually in the red. And their goal is to expand fast, get big, and take all this loss initially, and then hopefully turn it around into a profitable business that can be profitable for the rest of their life, and the rest of that company's life. Like like technically how I think Google's profitable, Facebook's technically profitable, you know, big companies like that have been around long enough, they can turn a profit now, even though I think Facebook's been losing a lot of money lately because they've been trying to do expansion again. But they'll work at a net loss in an attempt to become profitable. Companies are weird. Business is weird. I like the crickets. But yeah, it's always been kind of strange. I've always noticed that about businesses. Like, what's the latest ones? Who was I looking at? I can't remember. I got a few stocks that I bought in on because I was looking at companies that are actually slowly they're turning a profit. Because once they start turning a profit, the stock prices skyrocket. So, kind of like how, you know, fuck, I can't think of the name of it. There's one of them that I was looking at, and they were working at a super net loss. Like, we're talking about like millions, almost billions of dollars of net loss every year. But they were reducing that net loss by like over 10% every year. So like, I mean, there's a little bit of diminishing, you know, returns when you start going by percentages, but that was kind of how it was going. It was kind of a weird curve. I know I'm getting into stocks and stuff like that. It's going to be a little bit complicated, and I'm not the smartest guy for all this stuff, so take my information with a grain of salt. But they were getting up there, though, and I didn't buy a stock. I didn't buy their stock when it was cheap, and I should have, because this was like 4 years ago. And I remember thinking, man, you know, this is what you want to buy, because that shit's going to explode. But I didn't do it, and lo and behold, they ended up turning a net profit. I wish I could remember the name of the company so I could show you guys. And then their stocks jumped by like 700% overnight, and it was like going up for months after that. I think they ended up hitting over like 10,000% increase in stock prices. And if I would have went in there and bought like, it's like the same thing with Bitcoin though. If I would have went in there and I would have bought like 10 shares when they were cheap, I'd be like $100,000 at this point. You know, the woulda, coulda, shouldas. Always that kind of stuff. But you know, that's the way of the stock market and stuff. And 1 minute for anybody who's not subscribed. If there's actually someone sitting and watching and just lurking. There's almost got to be someone lurking. It says there's 6 people watching. Whatever. If this is your first time watching and you're not Kevin or King, why don't you drop a follow? Wink, wink. I can't wink with this model. But yeah. So yeah, I'm probably going to do VRC tonight with King because that's what he wants. I don't know if I'll stream it. We'll see if I stream it. I don't know how that'll work out though. I might not do it. The camera movement for VRC when you're... Yeah, I've watched it so many times with stocks just skyrocketing and thinking, man, and the worst part is a lot of it I look at it and I go, I should buy this, and then I don't buy it, and then I look at it skyrocketing and I go, what the fuck, man, why didn't I buy that? You know, because I saw it and I looked at it and I saw the trend. A lot of times it's relatively obvious. Yeah, you're still taking a gamble, but you know, if you want to gamble $100 with the possibility of turning it into like $100,000, that's good. That's good odds. You know, it's a stock market. A lot of times, it's sketchy, especially right now. With after the pandemic and stuff like that, the market's gotten even shakier than it used to be. But all you really gotta do is follow like trends. Honestly, that's all the market really is. It's basically like the YouTube trends. You know, what's the government investing into? What's the big rich boys looking at wanting to do? And you say, oh well, fuck. They're all looking at what's the latest one? Chip making. They're looking into chip making. The government's investing in making chips.
and that's what a lot of the big companies like to do. So they're all gonna throw their money in on it, you know. Well, fuck, that's what you do too. You go in and you say, oh yeah, well, there's this really big chip company that's this Chinese chip company. Their stocks are relatively low, but they've been working towards a net profit. You know, oh fuck, now's the time to buy, because in a couple years, that shit's gonna skyrocket again. You know what I mean? Of course, with technology, there's a little bit of more of a gamble. I don't ever recommend gambling on technology because the way it works, but that's, in theory, that's what it is. Because you know, look at the trend, look at the histories, see who's slowly working towards a profit. Read up on any news you can find about that company before you invest in it. Do they have good business practices? Do they look like they have a chance for success? Is it more than just really good marketing? You know what I mean? Again, I'm not a stock guru. Take all my information for a grain of salt here. But I do try to invest when I can. It's the reason why I'm so good at staying afloat, because I usually have at least a couple $1,000s in different stocks at a time. And if I do end up getting in a bad situation, I can just pull out some of that, you know, and then reinvest whatever I have left over. Of course, with the recent big stock market crashes, it's a little bit more volatile than it used to be, so maybe now's not the time to get into it. But again, with volatility comes bigger rewards if you actually manage to get something good. It's a gamble. Gambling. I'm a gambler at heart. All right. It's the nature of things. Fair warning. I'm probably only going to stream for about maybe 18 more minutes, which would be 2 o'clock my time. Because I got to go do stuff. But I can chat until then. You got anything that will keep any good information? I've gone on to stocks, talked about past love life. I've talked about politics. I've talked about Linus Tech Tips. What else do we got? There's got to be something else that's interesting. There's a whole world out there. And just so you know, when you see my model character look at the computer screen, that's me actually reading chat. I have it lined up so that every time I look over at my chat, it's actually looking at chat. So you know when I'm staring directly at you, or like directly at, you know, the camera, I'm not reading chat. I'm probably looking at myself, or I'm looking at the internet. But I look over, and I can see it. Well, here, you know what? I'll do you a favor. Latest news. Hurricane Hillary. Trump indictment. Trump. Some nurse murdered 7 babies. Hopefully that's just, not exactly that. That'd be kind of depressing. The coral reefs are dying. I've known that for a long time. I'm surprised that there isn't more talk about that. For those of you who don't know, the coral reefs are dying. They've been dying for a long time because of toxic water dumping and like temperature climate change and stuff like that. Donate to charities to help fix that, hopefully. And then try to be less toxic in your day-to-day life. You know what? Let's go crazy and look at what Fox News has to say. It's all political. Why? Ugh. Off of Fox News. CNN, is it less political? A little bit. Wow, which arm you get your COVID-19 booster may make a difference. I'm not going to read it. I'm just going to read the title and back out of that. No, I'm getting local news. I wish they'd stop doxing me.
Ugh. The local GOP continues to see revenues deficit after culture warrior takeover. Bro, they just got canceled for being stupid. That's all it is. What's NBC got going on? There's got to be something good in NBC, right? Lizzo. Oh yeah, the Maui fires. I haven't really been looking into the Maui fires, honestly. I know they've happened and I felt bad about it, but I haven't really been, on the scene trying to read up on it. But it looks like it was some pretty bad stuff. That's crazy. Wow. Oh! Have you guys heard about the kid that fell off the Grand Canyon? Ironically, that kid apparently lived nearby us. Or nearby me, I mean. You know what I mean. Nearby me. So apparently, this kid, he was with his family at the Grand Canyon, alright? And they were standing over near the edge of the cliff, and this family came over and wanted to take pictures. So he said he moved the kid's alive, by the way. Plot, a little bit of a spoiler, but the kid moved over. Said he moved over and he was just kind of hanging onto a rock with one hand and kind of leaning back towards the cliff while they were taking pictures, and he fell like over 100 feet and survived. That's crazy. And apparently it lived near me. Let me see if I can find the thing. Kid falls in Grand Canyon. There it is. Wow. Boy survives almost 100 fall after dodging photo takers. Oof. Imagine being those photo takers. Do you think they feel bad? Teenager fell almost 100 feet into the Grand Canyon after moving out of the way for people to take photos. In one of the latest cases of extreme falls in the national park this summer. "70 to 100 feet below the Bright Angel Point Trail, left with 9 broken vertebrae, ruptured spleen, collapsed lung, a concussion, broken hand, and dislocated fingers." Wow. Wyatt says he does not remember much about the 2-hour rescue. "I just remember somewhat waking up and being on the back of an ambulance and then a helicopter and then getting on a plane." So, that's wild, man. Yeah, he lived up here. Oh, that's crazy. I almost have to know the kid, man. I don't even think he's that far away. I think he's in a town not too far away from where I am. That's wild, man. That's so crazy. He survived, though, which is amazing. That's just a local story thing. I just remember it. You can find it pretty easy. It's on the Washington Post and everything. There's a story picked up by a lot of places. Oh, well, boys, I think I'm gonna end stream. Honestly, pretty good stream considering I actually technically turned a profit on this stream. That's poggers. Thanks, Kev, for being here. I'm pulling up a song. Thanks, King, for subscribing for 6 months. So at least I'll be making $2.50 every month from that for the next 6 months. That's a good deal. We did have a pretty good stream. Everything went pretty good on this stream. It was like the first time I've actually had a decent stream. You guys were all here. Everything went great. I had a good time. I wasn't actually planning on streaming today because I ended up coming in really late. But then I figured, fuck it, why not? It ended up working out. We had a good time. I had a good time. I hope you had a good time. Hopefully it ends up being like this every time. I doubt it will, though. So anyways, I'm going to pause that. And then I'm going to... I got an outro song that I refused to download. Just a little bit of story here. I have this song that I use every time I go out, do my outros. Okay? Because I kind of like the song. But then I do this. I put the stream ending thing over it, and then I play the song. But I never download it, so I have to open it on the website and go down to it and start streaming it. It's kind of dumb, but whatever. Anyways, hopefully see you guys next time. I'm going to try to keep to my schedule that I do. I have the Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays thing. But I don't know how it's going to work out. I might end up moving those around to like Tuesdays and Fridays or something like that, because Mondays and Wednesdays are getting kind of sketchy for me. Fridays are usually free, but that might also change sometimes. I'm just kind of trying to stick to a schedule so I can kind of be predictable. So I don't have to rely on like follows and notifications for people to actually show up. Anyways, enough songless sounds. I'm going to be ending stream. There's the song. It's a little bit loud. Hope you can live with it. See you guys next time. Hope you enjoyed.